Hello Tributor, welcome to a video session of the Manager's Compensation Plan. My name is Sandra and I will be taking you through the second stage of our compensation plan, which is the manager stage. Our vision still remains to start 1 million businesses, and if you are watching this video, you are already a part of our vision. Mission is to build your own tomorrow today. And how can you do this? Through the action of doing your best now, and this is the foundation of success. So, I'd like to introduce you to the basic terms you often come across as a tributor. And first is the personal volume, popularly known as PV. And what is PV? This is simply points allocated to each product for the sole purpose of calculating commissions earned. It is personal because it is dependent on what you purchase by yourself, and a clear review of points allocated to each of our products is on our price list. So these points are not hidden somewhere but are available to you always. As seen on the screen, Heritage Fragrance has 22.9 PV, L'Obsession has 21.4 PV, and our mascara has 7.12 PV. If you are to purchase these three products, your PV will be a total of 51.42. The next term to get used to is the FV, popularly called the family volume, popularly called FV. So from the illustration on your screen also, assume you are Dami and you have referred or introduced two people who are registered under you, let's say Joy and Amaka. Joy and Amaka are referred to as your downlines because they are enrolled under you and you are their sponsor. So automatically, the three of you are family. So family volume is the combination of both your individual points and that of those you referred, which are your downlines. That is, your PV plus Joy's PV plus Amaka's PV is your FV. So this is an example of a larger family and how they are represented. This is Dami. You have enrolled Joy and Amaka as your downlines. Joy and Amaka are referred to as your level 1 of first generation, as you can see. And they both decide to enroll two more people under themselves. These two new people become your level 2 or second generation family. And it goes on and on like that, level 3, level 4, and so on. Assuming Amaka is now the sponsor, she enrolls Dora under herself and Dora becomes Amaka's first generation or level 1, as you can see. And if Dora decides to enroll Maureen under her, Maureen becomes Amaka's level 2 or second generation. Now, let's take a quiz. If we take Dami and Amaka out of the picture, what would that make Dora? And who would Maureen be to Dora? I'll give you a few seconds to answer. Dora will be a sponsor and Maureen will be a level 1. Simple, right? So this is a typical example of how FV is calculated. Dami buys 2 Heritage and 1 Intrigue. Joy Adalan buys 1 Intrigue and 1 lotion, as you can see, while Amaka buys 3 lotions, altogether giving Dami a family volume of 101.12 FV. So now, let's go to the manager's compensation plan proper. What is a leg? A leg is a downline with all the people under them. So like the examples we've been using, Joy and all the people under her is one leg to Dami. And also Amaka and all the people under her is a second leg to Dami. Mind you, you can have as many legs as you wish. For you to be considered as active within a tribute period, which is equivalent to 1 month, you need to purchase a minimum of 40 PV. So how about a builder leg? A builder leg is a leg that is active, that is with a minimum of 40 PV and with at least 200 family volume. These are 2 legs, for instance, and you can see that Joy has 200 family volume while Amaka has 100 family volume. So although Amaka is a leg, she is not a builder leg because she does not have up to 40 PV to consider her as being active, and she also does not have up to 200 FV. The manager's compensation plan also has 4 stages like the tributor's stage, the manager, the advanced manager, senior manager, and executive manager. Requirements to close each title in the manager stage varies, and this will be discussed in detail soon. But this is a summary of what you need to hold dear and remember vividly about the manager stage. And this too, because for any title you close, you get paid a certain percentage, and these percentages increase as you go higher. Growth with tribute occurs from stage to stage, having met certain requirements. And as you move to a new stage, so does your earning capacity and commissions increase. Mind you, you grow with tribute mainly by building your family and strengthening your team. To grow from one title to the next, a manager must achieve the required PV and FV for each title within a period. And a period with tribute is a calendar month. That is, from May 1st to 31st is one period. Take note that PVs and FVs do not accumulate or roll over to another period. That is, the PV and FV attained in May will not roll over to June. Also, a tributor must achieve 40 PV per month to remain active as stated earlier and qualify for commissions. But note that a manager must achieve 60 PV per month to remain active and qualify for commissions. That said and understood, let's move on. The 50% rule. For the manager title and above, this rule states that you can only receive 50% of the FV you need to attain your next career title from one leg. I'm sure you already know what a leg is by now. If you don't, you can go back and check. According to this rule, this 50% may also come from your personal volume. And this actually does not have any impact on your earnings other than the determination of career titles. Let's take illustration 1, manager title, for which you need 60 PV 1 builder leg, and 400 FV. From this illustration, you can see that the first leg has 400 FV in total, and the second leg has 400 FV in total also, while the personal volume is 100 PV. Relative to the manager title, the personal contribution, personal volume, which is 100 PV, plus 200 FV, which is 50% of the 400 FV you need from the first leg, and 200 FV too from the second leg, which is 50% of the 400 FV you need. It amounts to a total of 500 FV to close the manager title. So this is the FV capped, meaning FV after putting into consideration the 50% rule. But this is the total FV uncapped, which is your 100 PV, 400 FV from the first leg, and 400 FV from the second leg, which amounts to 900 FV. So note that each leg has 400 FV but could only contribute 200 FV, which is 50% of the 400 FV needed to close this particular title. We are going to take another illustration to see this. So if you peradventure have 300 PV, one of your legs has 400 FV, the second leg has 400 FV, you can only contribute 200 from your PV, which is 50% of what you need. Your first leg contributes 200 FV, 50%, and your second leg 200 FV, 50%. So relative to the manager title, all rows considered, your 200 plus 200 from your first leg, 200 from your second leg equals 600, which is more than what you need already to close the manager title. But note that each of your leg already has over 40 PV and more than 200 FV, so they are already builder legs because you need one to close this title. In summary, you had 300 PV but could only contribute 200, while each leg had 400 but could only contribute 200, which is 50% of your title requirements. For advanced manager, a second illustration, you have 60 PV, your first leg has 400, your second leg has 400. You are contributing your 60 PV to the lot. Your first leg can only contribute 375, which is 50% of the 750 FV you need. Your second leg contributes 375, which is 50% of the 750 FV you need. Note that they are both builder legs again for you, so you have two builder legs already, your 60 PV and 810 FV from this calculation. But your total FV is 60 plus 400 plus 400, which is 860. So note, each leg had 400 FV but could only contribute 375, which is 50% to your title requirement. And this is for senior manager also, which you need 60 PV, 3 builder leg, 1250 FV. 50% of 1250 FV is 625. So let's do this. You have 60 PV already. Your first leg has 500 FV. Your second leg has 800 FV. And your third leg has 400 FV. Putting this into consideration, you already have 3 builder legs. From our definition of builder legs, you already have 3 builder legs. But now, for the FV, this is 60, 550 from your first leg, but 625 from your second leg, 460 from your third leg, a total of 1695 FV. But your total FV notwithstanding is without considering the rows is 60 plus 550 plus 800 plus 400, which is 460, which is 1870 FV. So note that the builder leg with 800 FV only contributed 625 FV, which is 50%. On to the executive manager stage. This is a stage that you need to pay rapt attention to because of the benefits attached to it. So you need 60 PV, you need 3 builder legs, and you need 2000 FV. You already have your 60 PV. Your first leg has 1400 FV, second leg 400 FV, third leg 700 FV. From our definition of builder leg, again, these 3 legs are already builder legs to you. But now let's do the calculation to close the title. 50% of 2000 FV is 1000, right? So now your 60 PV plus 1000 FV from your first leg, 400 from your second, and 700 amounts to 2160 FV relative to the executive manager title. But your total FV uncapped is 60 plus 1400 plus 400 plus 700, which amounts to 2560 FV. So note that each active builder leg contributed all their FVs because they were within 50%, but the first leg only contributed 1000 FV. So as a manager, you stand a chance to qualify for a one-time executive manager bonus when you close as an executive manager. This bonus is 40,000 naira. This bonus is 40,000 naira. So it is being paid in a number of installments, which is 2. When you close the title for the first time, you are paid your first installment, which is 20,000. And when you close it for the second time, which should be at least within 3 months, you get the second installment for this payment, which is the balance 20,000. As a sponsor also, you stand a chance to get matching cash bonus if you are active or on the same level, the same matching level or higher. So sponsors get 20,000 naira, which is paid in installments, also 10,000 when your downline closes the EM title for the first time, and the other 10,000 when that downline closes it for the second time within 3 months. Family bonus. This is commissions made directly from your downlines or your family. And as you progress to every new title, you stand a chance to earn more in commissions at higher percentages. As you can see, you must be active, qualified, and eligible to earn commissions. Take note. So Tracy is a manager for this period. She gets 10% from her level 1, 4% from her level 2, and 2% from her level 3. Note that you earn a percentage commission on 3 family levels as a manager. As an advanced manager, you earn 11% from level 1, 6% from level 2, and 4% from level 3. And it continues as you saw on the first page. But you actually earn on 4 levels, 4 family levels as an advanced manager. As a senior manager, 12% from level 1, 8% from level 2, and 3% and 6% from level 3. You earn percentage commissions on 5 family levels as a senior manager. And as an executive manager, 12% level 1, 10% on level 2, 7% on level 3, and so on. But you earn percentage commission on 6 family levels as an executive manager. This is an example of how percentage is calculated, but note that the amount used in the illustration is relative to PV Watt, e.g. PV Watt 100,000 naira is used to calculate the family bonus, so not the amount itself but the PV worth. So 10% in PV is used, 4% level 2 is used, 2% level 3 family bonus is used. And you can also do that on the other levels because that's how it goes. So the roll-up feature. This feature ensures you do not lose commissions on inactive downlines. When a downline has 0 PV, the family bonus is rolled up to the next person that is active. So if, for example, your level 1 family, someone from your level 1 is inactive, whatever the level 2 does will roll up to level 1. So let's take, for example, this is Tracy, a manager with level 2 and level 3 without the roll-up plan. And you can see that this is what she's earning. There is 0 on this level 1 without the roll-up. There's 0 on this level 2 without the roll-up. So take a look at when the roll-up has been applied. This downline rolls up to level 1 and you can earn 10% from the downline as opposed to the 4% that should be earned. This downline also rolls up to level 2 and you can earn 4% as seen here as opposed to the 2% that you should have earned as a manager. So from this illustration, level 3 rolls up to level 2 and level 2 from here rolls up to empty level 1. So you really don't lose out on anything when anyone in your network is inactive. In summary, the Tributas compensation plan includes ways you can earn through instant profit, selling bonuses, power stats bonuses, sponsors product credit, your family bonus, executive manager promotional bonus, and executive manager matching promotion bonus. So this said and well understood, if you have any questions concerning this compensation plan, you can forward all emails to sales@tribute.ng and you will surely get answers. If you don't understand anything, you can ask your questions, you can ask your uplines, you can ask people that are active in your networks and they can get to you. But ensure that you have the compensation plan at the back of your palm so you don't miss out on any of the requirements for qualifications. Thank you for listening to me, and I really appreciate and hope that you learned something from this. My name is Sandra once again, and I'm a sales coach with Tribute Lifestyle.